Welcome to my latest episode of my vlog. I hope you had a great week like I just had. It was super amazing for me. I met in the beginning of the week with a company called Open Systems who have a highly automated security solution that gives you a holistic view of your security system, but you also can manage it. And I'm super excited to meet up with them pretty soon again. And then there's Elsie Labs, a company or a startup I could say that we worked with for some time now. They invited me to join them to their summit in London and have a speech about Azure. Now, Elsie Labs has a product that is basically a software-defined mainframe. And to describe it in a nutshell, it basically allows you to run a mainframe application in the software-defined mainframe without having to recompiling the code. It is innovation and nothing but innovation. It is super amazing when you see how easy it is and the potential it has. It's actually estimated that companies that still have mainframes, they could save 80 to 90% of the total cost of ownership if they move to a software-defined mainframe. And when I think about, with all the innovation in the cloud, what these companies could do, because mainframes are super expensive, so if they could save that much money and actually put it in innovation that actually could help them drive their business, that would change, I think, everything for them to a better. Now, when I arrived in London, it was a room of elderly people that dedicated their lives to technology. They worked in IT already since the mainframe was introduced. So it was almost like walking on the ground of heroes. It was pretty cool. It was the highlight of the whole event was when they actually took a live demo, a mainframe application, and moved it into the software-defined mainframe running on Azure in less than 20 minutes and had it operating it. Pretty cool, pretty mind-blowing. I think everybody was surprised. And while I was sitting there and watching their demo, I saw that they're BizSpark Plus members. And I thought to myself, you know what, today let's make something special and tell everybody what the BizSpark program is and ask for your help to actually spread the word that more people know about it. BizSpark is a program where Microsoft supports startups, which means if you're privately held, have less than $1 million in revenue, and you're not older than 5 years into business, then I think you have the basic qualification to become a member. When you're a member, you get up to 750 Azure credits per month. It's basically 5 users who each get 150 credits per month, but you also get access to Office and Windows and the whole developer suite Microsoft has to offer. So it's a pretty sweet deal. Now, if you always had a crazy idea for a good innovative app, but you never done it because you figured, yeah, it's risky, what if it doesn't pay out, and I invested all this money, lost a lot of time. Now there is no excuse. Go to bizspark.com. You will also find the URL in the bottom of my notes or in the description of the video, so you can find it and sign up. And if you're not the guy that knows an app or you don't have any ideas, I'm sure you know somebody, or even you maybe know a startup, so please help me spread the word. Tweet about it, share it on Facebook, send them a direct mail, but make them aware of this great program that really would help them to actually get started. And then there is BizSpark Plus. So let's say you have your app, you're ready to go, but now you need more Azure consumption. BizSpark Plus gives you up to 120,000 in Azure credit for 1 year. And believe me, working on Azure, working on the topic of Azure is my day-to-day business. And 120,000 in credit takes you a long way. Now, with all the traveling, London and everything has been fun, I usually use more apps than I usually use because I have time, I'm at airports, I'm in the airplane, and then I get frustrated again because all these apps I usually don't touch in my day-to-day life. Some are such a poor performance, they crash or they drain the battery, make my phone hot, and it's really like, come on, why? It's 2017, what is so difficult? And then I think, oh no, we should feel some sympathy. I mean, technology is complicated, it's not easy, it really is complicated. And then I was like thinking about, but there is now so many solutions that haven't been around before. For example, you know these companies that develop an application and then or an app and they bring it out just for iOS first or Android first and then later for the other platform or vice versa. And it's like, why? There's this product called Xamarin. Xamarin was a company. I think around a year ago Microsoft bought the company, but it was already available before that. And Xamarin allows you basically to write one code and then deploy native apps for iOS, Android and Windows. So there is literally not an excuse not to have a cross-platform application. And you really want to be where all you users are, and you want to give the best possible user experience. This brings me to the second part. The best possible user experience doesn't drain my phone, doesn't crash, but I can understand it's difficult. Let's assume you make a mobile phone app, right? At some point you're going to have to test it. With iOS it's pretty easy because all of the iPhones pretty much have the same range of iOS version on it. With Android it's a complete different story because they have such a broad ecosystem of manufacturers that build phones for their platforms. You also have a very far spread versions of Android out there because some of the phone manufacturers only update the OS on their, let's say, flagship phones, but not so much on the cheaper lines or the phones that didn't run as good as they may have hoped for. Now, there's also a solution to that, and it's called the Xamarin Testcloud, and I really want to quickly show you how this looks like. So let's take a look. So here we are on the Xamarin Testcloud on the overview. We see that we had 12 tests running, 0 failed. We had 8 devices tested, 0 failed. It's called the My Driving app. The My Driving app is basically an app that records your driving and actually submits the information from your car to your phone through Bluetooth. And it's also fully basically open source available for you on Azure.com. I also will put the product or the direct links in the description so you can actually deploy it in your subscription on Azure and get started from there. So you see here is just the overview, iOS version, form factors, memory usage. But then on the left side, I have the different tests that I wrote. So here's, for example, when we want to record a trip. That's the test function. So I'm on the login page. I don't want to authenticate. I go straight to the app. And then you see on the different cell phone how fast or how far or reactive they are. Here you see the different models that were currently tested. It would be pretty easy to just add more phones to it. And now, for example, let's take the closer look at this one, Samsung Galaxy S5 with Android 5.0. Here we see the memory usage at any given time of the steps that we said should be tested, and we also see the CPU usage. And the super cool feature is you can even click here play, and then you see the steps replaying like somebody would be right now using the apps on all these different phones with different versions of Android. Now when we think of this, what I just talked about today, you have BizSpark that gets any startup started, basically easy, and access to these kind of technologies. But if you're already a company out there and you already have an app, and then try to quickly think back to my holiday special where I talked about cognitive services that allow you really to supercharge your applications. Then you think all these technologies out there. And now it's a new year, it's 2017. There is no more excuses why your app should perform as it performs right now, or it should crash, or anything else. So please help me spread the word that companies know that the technology is available, that your friends know the technology is available, and help me demand it. Let's get back at employers, at companies that don't make good apps. Let's tell them, hey, come on, all these technologies available. How is it possible your app crashes all the time? Why does it drain my battery? Because there is no excuse anymore. It is the year of no excuses when it comes down to apps, and there is many more services available just right now. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. I certainly had fun. It really was an amazing week for me, so I'm super happy but also tired. Thank you for taking the time to watching me today. Please make sure you get your feedback coming as usual, and please don't forget to subscribe either on ddavecurve.com to WordPress site or to the YouTube channel in itself to make sure that you don't miss out on any of the future updates. And please help me spread the word, and sharing is caring. Thank you very much.